A lot of people are misunderstanding HIMS. I know there's been a lot of price movement recently, but I'm going to walk you through in this video today why I think this isn't a bad thing and why I think this is a really good long-term play.
Welcome to the game, it's the instant stocks by Mikhail Kuhar.
If you don't know who I am, my name is Mikhail, and outside of being a partner at X10 Day Trade, one of my highest values is freedom. One of the reasons why I'm so excited with what we've done with the AutoPilot software that we've built over the last 4 years, it enables everyone to have freedom as well. For me, freedom is one of my highest values, and it's not just a thought concept, it's a way I've built my life with systems and software on the back end. It's allowed me to live remotely for over 8 years and also to emotionally, physically, and financially support my fiance in her purpose project of rescuing dogs. It's a software that we've built over the last 4 years and invested over $1 million to, that's able to leverage professional traders, kind of like inviting them into your house and letting them trade for you. One of the biggest things we see in the markets is people pay to learn, they pay to play, and they lose thousands and thousands of dollars learning how to day trade. This solves that. And the best thing is that you don't even have to send us any money. All trades are executed inside your broker account. All you need to do is just switch the software on and it trades for you. We only trade the US stock markets and we only make a few selective trades every single week because we want to make sure we are optimizing for risk management, and then we're also optimizing for profit. We aim for 8 to 15% return every single month, and you can see here a bunch of results from our clients. These are the weekly results. These are some results of people asking how can they get their friends on board, and this is also when members are asking how can they add multiple six figures into their account because the results are going so damn well. Anyway, you can click a link below, book a call with me, we'll walk through all of that. Look, the stock price has been moving around a lot recently, I know, and that makes people uneasy. You can see here on my screen there's been quite a bit of red, and when prices fall, I know this makes people uneasy. It's a natural reaction and to assume something must be broken. But that something behind the scenes isn't working the way it should. But when I look at HIMS, I don't see a business falling apart at all. I see a business that's quietly getting stronger while attention is focused elsewhere. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through what HIMS is actually building, why I remain bullish on the long-term story, and why short-term price movements don't change how I think about the company. This isn't financial advice. It's simply how I'm thinking about the business and what I'm watching as the story continues to unfold. When most people talk about HIMS, they will try to explain it with a single label. At different points in time, it can be called a hair loss company. It can be called an erectile dysfunction company. It more recently can just be known as a weight loss company or just a GLP-1 company. And that way of thinking completely misses the bigger picture. HIMS is not trying to win one product category. It's trying to build a platform that people use to manage their health and many aspects of their life over time. And that distinction matters a lot. Instead of a healthcare being something that you deal with only when something goes wrong, HIMS is focused on making healthcare easier, earlier, and more from an optimization standpoint than a problem-solving point. Now, that's a very different approach from the traditional healthcare system, which is mostly reactive to when things are going really bad. You wait until something breaks. You book an appointment, you sit in a waiting room, and you keep sitting in a waiting room, you keep sitting in a waiting room, and then you deal with the paperwork, delays, friction. HIM flips that model completely upside down. The long-term goal isn't just treatment. It's access, it's convenience, it's continuity, and that's a much bigger opportunity than any single product could ever be. And I don't know if this is just a men's thing, but I feel like us as men, when we've got things going on, health concerns, we push them off, we push them off, and we push them off. One of the biggest reasons why this is, and I've had conversations with friends about this, and one of the biggest reasons, it's a convenience thing. It's a time thing. You know you're going to have to go and sit and wait there, and it's probably going to be later than what it's meant to be. And it's not a short, quick visit. It's the drive, it's the commitment. And this is also what justifies price in the marketplace. Let's use weight loss as an example, right? If you're going to go work with a personal trainer and he said, look, it's $500, I'll give you a 10-week lifting program, I'll give you a 10-week nutrition training program, you need to come to the gym 4 times a week, you also need to get X amount of steps in every single day, send me photos of your food, we'll adjust, let me know how your sleep is, what your sex drive is like, and we'll move the needle as we go and figure out what we need to do. That's a lot of buy-in from you. That's a lot of commitment, that's a lot of time, that's a lot of effort, that's a lot of motivation and self-drive you need to create. So the certainty of your result is actually a lot further away than what you'd like it to be. Whereas if you want to go to the doctor, and I'm not saying this is the healthiest or best option, but say you were going to go in for liposuction or a surgery like a weight loss surgery, right? The reason they're able to charge 10, 20, $30,000 for a surgery like this is because A, the perceived value is so much higher. Look at the friction, look at the investment you need. It's very, very minimal. You book in, you rock up, you pay the money, you walk out, you've lost the weight. The reason a PT can't charge you $10,000 or $20,000 for the exact same result is because the amount of effort required for you and the guarantee of outcome for you is a lot lower. And getting back to the friction point on why I think HIMS are really nailing this is because the resistance or friction between having an issue or looking to optimize a certain area, it's 1, 2, 3 clicks away. No longer are you confined by the limitations of your location, your schedule, your time, and all these other things. HIMS not only solves this, they solve a time issue and a convenience issue. I'm not going to say it's more important than health, but it is the gateway and door that allows health to be a lot more accessible for people. And it is accessible, but when the resistance is so minimal, people will move and buy in so much easier and so much quicker. Now, ideas are cheap and they're everywhere, but execution is what actually matters. And this is where HIMS becomes interesting to me. The company has already passed the idea stage. They've proven that. Today, HIMS has over 2 million subscribers and generates more than $1 billion in annual revenue. In 2025, predicted to be over 2 billion. That scale tells you something important. People are choosing this service, they're trusting it, and they're staying. This isn't a small experiment anymore. It's a real business operating at meaningful scale, and the subscription model plays a big role here. People don't cancel healthcare the same way they cancel entertainment apps on their phone or their TV. Once they find something that works and it feels convenient and you can trust it, they tend to stick with it a long time. And that creates stability for revenue, it creates stability for growth, and stability is what allows a company to invest, improve, and grow over long periods of time. Once a company proves that a model works in one market, the next question becomes how well that model travels. And in healthcare, expansion is definitely not easy. It's one of the harder things to do. The rules are different, the systems are complex, and regulations really matter. And that's why the Zava acquisition is so important. See, Zava already operates in parts of Europe. They already understand the regulatory environment and they already work with doctors. They already have patients. And instead of building everything from scratch, HIMS bought a head start. This kind of move doesn't create instant results, but it removes friction and it shortens the gap and distance between opportunity and execution. And over long periods of time, reducing friction is one of the most powerful advantages a company can have. As more people use him, as they expand their product range, something else starts to happen. The company begins to understand health and patterns over time. They collect more data and they adjust what works, what doesn't, what people respond to, how people need change as people age. That information combined with technology can lead to better guidance, better outcomes, and a better overall experience for users. This doesn't mean doctors disappear. It means doctors and patients get better tools. Healthcare everywhere is slowly moving in this direction towards being more personalized, more data-driven, and more proactive. And as AI starts to get integrated as well, think about bringing your blood work to the 100 best doctors in the world, the most research, the most educated and experienced in this space, and having all of them come together to have a meeting over your blood work. This is the ability AI has. And the scale and speed that AI is being brought into companies to be able to look at things like this. Look at this example of Will Smith eating spaghetti just a few years ago with a few basic prompts. And now look at where it is in 2026. That is massive. And what's happening is there's a bell curve in technology that aligns directly with what HIMS are doing right now. And that adaptation, that data and that research and their ability to pivot once they have a bigger client base is going to be absolutely massive. They're going to be able to predetermine things before they happen in your blood work and have multiple situations for you to pivot whatever you need in their product line. Like that in itself is going to be amazing because HIMS is building for that future now. They had the infrastructure, and over time, systems like this tend to get better, faster, and more valuable as they scale. The stock price has been volatile, and that's uncomfortable. But price alone doesn't tell you much about whether a business is improving. What matters is what's happening behind the scenes. When I look at HIMS, I see more users, I see more services, I see more products, I see better infrastructure, I see faster execution. If the business continues to improve while the stock price falls, that doesn't scare me. More often than not, it tells me the market is focused on short-term emotions instead of long-term fundamentals. This isn't a daily story. It's not even a weekly one. It's a multi-year story. There's also a broader shift happening that supports this entire thesis. People care more about their health right now than they did in the past. Like you look at social media and the trends and the amount of people that are more into their fitness right now, they track it, they talk about it, they invest in it. Health is becoming a part of daily life, not just something you think when something breaks. And companies that align with cultural change often grow faster than expected because they meet people where they already want to go. HIMS fits directly into that shift. So when I take a step back and I look at the big picture of HIMS, still really feel misunderstood. I don't see them as a healthcare company. That might sound a bit crazy. This is not about one product and it's not about one trend. It's about building a long-term health platform that becomes more useful and more people use it. The market may focus on short-term price swings, but what I'm really focused on is execution and fundamentals. And right now, those fundamentals continue to move in the right direction. Thanks for watching. And I truly believe if you are here for the long term in HIMS, this is going to pay off massively for you. Not financial advice, my opinion, my viewpoint. And if you like hearing what I'm saying, subscribe below and I'll put another video here on why I think HIMS can go over 6 billion in revenue in the next few years.